Hello children, good morning to all of you. Welcome back in physics class, and today we are going to start a new chapter, reflection of light. Children, we all know that light is a form of energy because it helps us to see the objects. That is why this is the definition of light. Light is a form of energy which produces the sensation of vision and reflection. Children, light also has the reflection property. When we take a ball and throw it on the wall, then the ball comes back. This phenomenon is called reflection. Just like, again, take the ball and throw on the surface, it comes back to you, it will bounce back to you. That process is called reflection. Same happens with the rays of light also. When light rays falls on a surface, it comes back in the same medium. If the surface is opaque, suppose the surface is opaque, then light rays will falls on it and comes back in the same medium. Then that process or that phenomenon is called the reflection of light. So reflection of light is bouncing back of the light in the same medium after striking on a surface. See here, suppose this is the surface. On this surface, the ray of light is falling. This is the ray of light. So children, after striking the surface, again it will come back in the same medium, and this process is called the reflection of light. Understood? Children, there are two types of reflection. One is regular reflection and second is irregular reflection. One is regular reflection and second is irregular reflection. Regular reflection takes place from the smooth surface. Regular reflection will take place from the smooth surface, while irregular reflection will take place from the rough surface. See how does it happens? Suppose we are taking a smooth surface. This is a smooth surface. Okay. Suppose there are rays of light which are parallel to each other striking on it. Two parallel rays are striking on it. We know that after falling on a surface, the ray of light will bounce back in the same medium. Then this ray will also bounce back in the same medium. If two parallel rays are striking on a surface and after reflection the rays are also parallel, the reflected rays are also parallel to each other, then this type of reflection is called regular reflection. Understood? This type of reflection is called regular reflection. How will you know it is the regular reflection? If parallel rays are falling on the surface and after reflection the reflected rays are also parallel, then such type of reflection will be called regular reflection. Now take irregulars or rough surface. Suppose this is the surface we are taking. Again here take parallel rays. Okay, suppose the parallel rays are falling on a rough surface. This is a rough surface. On the rough surface, these parallel rays are falling. After striking, see here, after striking on the surface, the reflected rays are not parallel to each other. If reflected rays are not parallel to each other, then such type of reflection is called irregular reflection. Is this clear? What is the regular reflection and what is the irregular reflection? Now, I am going to erase it. After learning regular reflection and irregular reflection, we will learn some terms related to the reflection. What are the terms? See it carefully. Suppose this is the surface we are taking. On this surface, one ray is falling. After reflection, it will come back in the same medium. Children, the term which you have to learn is, first is incident ray. See, what is the incident ray? The ray of light which falls on a surface. The ray of light which strikes on a surface is called incident ray. Understood? What is the incident ray? The ray of light which falls on the surface, or the ray of light which incident on the surface, or you can say the ray of light which strikes on the surface is called incident ray. Next ray is reflected ray. After falling, when incident ray falls on a surface, then the ray of light which comes back in the same medium, the bouncing back ray is called reflected ray. Understood? You can see that both the rays are meeting at a point on the surface. See, suppose this point is P. At point P, incident ray and reflected ray both are meeting together. That point is called point of incidence. That is called point of incidence. The point on the surface where incident ray and reflected ray meet together is called point of incidence. Children, if at this point we draw a line perpendicular to the surface, if we draw a line perpendicular to the surface, how to make perpendicular? See here. Suppose that this is the perpendicular, okay? Then this perpendicular is called normal. Is this clear? What is the normal? A perpendicular to the surface at the point of incidence. At the point of incidence, a line perpendicular to the surface is called normal. Okay. Now, next point is angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Children, angle of incidence is the angle between incident ray and normal. It is denoted by angle I. It is denoted by small I. The angle between incident ray and normal is called angle of incidence. And angle of reflection is, it is denoted by small r, and angle between reflected ray and normal is called angle of reflection. Understood? These are the terms which you have to learn, because out of these, one or two definitely comes in examination. So must learn all these. Now, after this you have to study laws of reflection. Children, reflection follows some laws. There are two laws only which are called the reflection laws. See, what are these? The first law of reflection says that incident ray reflected ray and normal incident ray, reflected ray and normal lie on the same plane at the point of incidence. Okay, incident ray, normal and reflected ray lying on the same plane and at the point of incidence. Is this clear? This is the first law of incidence. First law of reflection. This is the first law of reflection. Second law says that angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. Understood? These are the laws of reflection. Now children, we are going to see experimental verification of laws of reflection. Children, this is a practical that you can perform at your home. Now see how to do this. Take one blank sheet of white paper and fix it on a cardboard. Suppose this is the blank sheet. On that blank sheet, draw a line segment. Suppose this is MN. Okay, take its midpoint. Suppose this point is O. Is this clear? Now from O, draw a line OA making the angle less than 90 degree. This angle should be less than 90 degree. You can draw any angle, 50 degree, 40 degree, 60 degree, whatever you wish. You can draw a line. Understood? First, this line is drawn, MN, then midpoint O is taken. From O, a line is drawn which is forming less than 90 degree from the line MN. Okay? Now, on this line, take 2 points. Take 2 points. Understood? Suppose this point is P and this point is Q. Now take one mirror. Take one mirror and keep it on MN. See this? I am trying to verify it by doing experiment. Come from this side, child. See this? If we keep this mirror here, in this way, then the image of P and Q can be seen inside it. Are you watching? Child, come here. Come and catch it from the downward. Yes. Can you see this experiment I am doing? When you keep the mirror here, from the right hand side, do one more thing. At the point O, draw a line perpendicular to the surface. At point O, draw a normal. At point O, draw the normal. Then from the other side of the normal, see the image of P and Q from this side. Understood? From this side, when you see the image of P and Q, then mark at the point of P, where you can see the P at somewhere. Keep it here, beta. Yes, in this way. And then from this side, when you see, mark it somewhere which is just in front of C. Suppose you can see the Q is here and P is here. Okay? Is it seen? When you see from here, Q will come somewhere here and P is somewhere here. Understood how you are doing? At MN you have kept the mirror, and then from right hand side you have seen that. You will see the image of P and Q inside. From this side you will see somewhere Q, somewhere P, that mark it, and then with the help of scale join it. This is the Q dash, this is the P dash, suppose. Okay, now with the help of protractor measure these two angles. With the help of measure these two angles, and you will find that angle I is also 30 degree and angle R is also 30 degree. That means angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is the law of reflection, second law of reflection, and you can see that the incident ray and reflected ray both are at the same point, even the normal also. That is the first law of reflection. Understood? So this is the experimental verification of laws of reflection. This activity you can perform 3-4 times by changing this angle. Procedure will be same. Understood? Experimental verification of laws of reflection. Do this experiment at home and send me your feedback. Understood? Now we will see formation of image. Now we will see formation of image. Children, image of any object is formed when at least two reflected rays from the object either meet together or appears to meet. This is the noted point. Image is formed when two reflected rays either meet together or appear to meet. Is this clear? Children, any object, any illuminated object reflect the light in all the directions, and to form the image we have to take at least two reflected rays that will form the image. And image will be formed only when either the reflected rays are meeting together or they will appear to meet. Are you noticing this point? Either reflected rays will meet together or appear to meet. So at this base there are two types of image. One is real image and second is virtual image. Children, real image is formed when the reflected rays meet together. Real image is formed when the reflected rays meet together, and virtual image will be formed when the reflected rays appears to meet. Just like image in the plane mirror. Image in the plane mirror is virtual image, and image formed by the projector is real image. Understood? Now you have to learn the difference between real image and virtual image. So one difference is here. Second difference is virtual image is always erect, while real image is always inverted. Real image is formed out of the mirror, and virtual image is formed inside the mirror or behind the mirror. Understood, children? Must learn the differences between real image and virtual image also. Okay, for this class this much is only. In the next class, we will study some more points. But before that, learn all these things which I have taught you today, and must perform that activity also, and show me your observation. Okay? Bye bye.